Hey, do you have a sec? Hey, it's Christian. It is day 8 of the Christmas Fitness Advent Calendar Countdown. We are on day 17 of December, and we are on to our 17th move, and we are unfortunately back inside again today. I would have been outside in the rain, except it was a puddle on my driveway. It rained really hard right until sundown, and unfortunately, a little too dark to film at that point. So I got my workout done inside, and I added the new move, today's cardio move, block number 5, the burpee. Now this is a classic move, and I've added it towards the end because it is also a hard one, and a lot of people need to modify this. So however you modify it, it's entirely up to you. The way I do them is start in standing position, get down into a high plank, popping your feet out, jump them back in, and then I stand up and jump. Some people like a knee jump tuck, jump knee tuck. Some people like to do it just a hop. Some don't hop at all, they just like standing up. It's entirely up to you, but do it at your own pace. So you've got 30 seconds and then a 30-second break, and we're going in 3, 2, 1, go. So this is about speed and cardio. It's about impact for you. If you don't want to do a jump and you don't want to hop your legs back out, you can step them out into that high plank, step back up, stand up, do a reach for the sky, whatever suits your physical abilities. The idea is that you're here working, and thank you for joining me. So keep going here. You've got 7 seconds left. 3, 2, 1, and you're done with those burpees till tomorrow. Now, 30-second break. Of course, it's kind of odd having it right after the first move, but as we know, we're going to be adding 3 more moves to this block. So get that rest in now, because there's more fun coming up. We're going to start right away with the single leg bridge. I had to look at my list because I totally forgot. Single leg bridge, you're going to want your mat, so get down on the ground and just relax there for a second. You're going to start with your heels under your knees. 2, 1, and go. Get those hips up and lift, alternating marching bridge. Knee comes up, knee comes up, knee comes up, knee comes up. This is a great one for your glutes. It also works your back. This is the muscle move. So keeping your hands down by your sides and helping push yourself up with those. Make sure your hips stay elevated the whole time. Keep your core engaged and make sure you're flexing your foot. Don't point your toes as you bring them up. That helps keep that angle. 2, 1, and done. Don't get up, just roll over, get into the position for the angry bear. We're going into that in 4 seconds. So just hands and knees 2 inches off the ground, and go. Hopping your feet left center, right center, or if you need to take the impact out of this one, you're just gonna step it out. But don't stop, keep moving the whole time. This is only 30 seconds, and I know that you can keep doing this for 30 seconds. It should be a burner on the quads. You feel this just above your knees if you're doing it right. You wanna keep your back nice and flat and keep working hard, hopping in and out. You don't need to look at your knees, just look straight down your hands. You know where your feet are. You're done here. 2, 1, and done. Grab that mat again. We're going into the CY reach. So you're gonna sit into that low seat position, low knees, and we're going in 2, 1, go. Make a C shape with your hands. You're gonna get your hands up to one side as you twist and reach, and then the seat back down, almost laying down in a low position, working that core, and then reach up to the other side. And you're holding each move for just a split second. We don't have a lot of time here. Normally you'd hold each position for 3 to 5 seconds, but just quick 30-second move here. You're banging it out. You're done here in 4, 3, 2, 1, and done. Get that mat out of the way. We're going into the diamond drill, which I did a little bit better on today with my 2 markers. So if you're using markers, get those in and go in 2, 1, go. Now, this is out and in and out and in, back and forth, whether you're using 1 marker, 3, none, you're just sort of visualizing it. The idea here is you're building agility and working a cardio move at the same time. So you want to make sure that you are leading with 1 foot and following with the other. I find it's easiest to do that as opposed to switching your feet up. And make sure your arms are moving. Your balance helps with your arms moving. Done here, 2, 1, 30-second break. Now, take this moment to breathe deep, get those markers out of the way if you had them. In just a minute, we're gonna go into the tricep push-up. So just take a minute here, and then you can get down on the ground. You can get on your hands and knees, lay on the floor if you need to for just a few seconds. That tricep push-up is the tough one. We're going in 10 seconds. So get down on the ground, get your hands in front of you, and they're gonna be close. Elbows are gonna rub the sides in 2, 1, and go. So your push-ups should be hands under your shoulders, slightly back of the shoulders, and you're not flaring your elbows out. They're gonna rub your chest as you drop into the low push-up position, then push all the way back up. Do as many as you can in this 30 seconds at a pace that's comfortable, knowing that we've got more push-ups coming in block number 1. So push hard, but maintain a good pace. Keep moving the entire time. On your knees if you need to modify. We're done here in 2, 1, and that's it. Get on up. Next up is the Plyo Knee-pop. We've seen this one for several days. We're going in 3, 2, 1, and go. Now this one is one leg at a time for 15 seconds. You're gonna just tap that foot back, then pop it forward, hopping up on your front foot and bringing the knee as high as you can and drive it back down. And as soon as you put it back down on the ground, it's coming forward again. And you're switching here, so switch to the other leg and repeat the same thing on the other side. Just gonna put that foot back, tap the toe onto the ground before popping it forward, and make sure that that front foot is coming off the ground. You're done in 2, 1, and done. Grab the mat once more. You have the reaching sit-ups next. So lay down on the ground, get those hands over your head, bend your knees, 2, 1, and go. Keeping your hands together over your head. I find it's easiest to sort of touch my thumbs, put my palms side by side and reaching straight up. Sit up, and this takes the momentum out of your sit-up. The whole idea here is that you are working your body without any momentum. So your core is engaged the entire time. You're gonna sit up and reach those hands over your head like you're arching your back before rolling back down. You're done in 4, 3, 2, 1, and get that mat out of the way. We're standing up and doing jumping jacks in just a second here. So take a quick breather before we get into this last little cardio move. 2, 1, and go. Jumping jacks, you should be getting those arms up nice and wide, those elbows up, move your feet, pop them in and out as fast as you can go. This is sometimes tricky for those of us with the longer limbs because the further your hand or your foot is from the pivot point, the slower it seems to be able to move. So do what you can, moving as hard as you can for the last 8 seconds here, and just keep jumping those jacks. 4, 3, 2, 1, and breather. Now, whether you've been doing these workouts inside or outside, I hope you've been working hard. Today I got sweaty and I was hot, so I grabbed some water. It's important to stay hydrated, and at the end of this one, I'm even gonna go into a little bit of a stretch for you because it definitely is worthwhile. Any workout where you're doing work, give yourself a little stretch after those muscles are warm. Never before, always after the muscles are warm. But get ready for the YTWL. We're going now. So YTWL with your arms. You've seen this one before. This is a shoulder mobility workout, and it's all about making the Y shape, the T shape, the W shape, and the L shape with your arms. You're bent forward at the waist, your knees are slightly bent, and you want to make sure you keep it straight back so your core is engaged as well. The shoulders should be getting nice and warm here. Then we're going to 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. You get 10 seconds before we move into those tiptoe squats where we continue to work the arms. Those shoulders should be a little bit tender at the end of this one. So 2, 1, and go. Up on those toes, bent forward at the waist, and a nice straight back and straight arms. Squatting deep, getting the weight in your toes, not in your heels like we've seen in the box squats. Up on your toes, you want to maintain the balance and just squat with your arms forward. Get the butt out, help counterbalance those arms reaching so far forward. You're done in 9 seconds, so just keep squatting at your own pace. This is not about speed, this one's about balance, working those calves. 2, 1, and done. All right, get down on the ground in the Sphinx leg lift. We're gonna get that pad out if you need it, or your towel for your elbows. 2, 1, and go. So your low plank position on your elbows, hands out in front of you, lifting one leg at a time, squeezing your glutes because we're working the booty. So you got that low plank, means you're engaging your core, you get your back tight. Don't have any tension in your neck. You wanna sort of relax that a little bit. And just lift your foot, one and then the other. Flex them and just lift it and put it back down, then do the other foot. This is a bit of a breather for you. So 2, 1, and done. Hop on up. Next, we're finishing this block with the speed skater. This is gonna be a good one. You're gonna move hard today. 3, 2, 1, and go. Flail those arms from side to side as you swing to maintain that balance. You want to be working as hard as you can here. Leap as far as is safe to do so. If you've got sore ankles or you're afraid of twisting something, just make it a nice short little step. But if you can bear a longer leap, make it further, because you're working harder as you bend those knees and bounce from side to side as if you're skating hard. Swinging those arms, twisting. You're done in 2, 1, and that's it. If you've ever been ice skating and you've gotten one of those, like, you get going fast, or you challenge a friend to a race or something, you know how it can burn the hips. That's the feeling you want here. You want to feel it on the outside of your hip. This is all about that explosive power, and it's a cardio move. So you really want to work that one, and moving your arms absolutely does help you with the balance and to momentum from side to side. So we're getting into the push-ups in 3, 2, 1, and go. So I ran long on that chat, but you just got the timer here, or you're watching on screen. You can always pause if you want. You're doing these on video. I'm doing them for real, but you can pause them at home. That's okay. We're working hard in the push-ups now in a plank position and pushing down with our elbows out at 45 degrees. You might want to turn your hands in. Sometimes that helps people. Just turn your fingers in slightly. I'm using push-up stands again here today. We're done in 3, 2, 1, and that's it. Hop on up. We got box squats next. And of course, 5 seconds before we get into that, but make sure your butt's sticking out. 3, 2, 1, and go. Your butt should be low. Your heels are where the weight's at. Hop up, twist, and land, and squat down again. You want to land on your toes, but then sink into your heels to get your butt out far. This is not a deep squat, it's not a high jump, but the more you put into this, the more you're gonna get out of it. So it's entirely up to you. If you want to just really go for it, leap as high as you want, and rotate around. You're done in 3, 2, 1, and done. Now, at this point of the workout, I was getting pretty winded, but I was thankful that I had this opportunity for a plank. So I got down on the ground early. I'm going in 2, 1, and 30 seconds worth of high plank here. Just maintain that straight position, breathing hard in through the nose, out through the mouth. Try and lower the heart rate and get as much oxygen in as you can, because we're almost done and we finish with that soccer run. So work hard here. Just maintain a nice straight body. Push those heels back. I can say it every single time. Drive those heels, core engaged. You're done in 3, 2, 1, and hop on up. It's coming up for the last move, the soccer run. We've seen this every single day. This is the one that we're finishing with to burn it out and go. Get those knees out nice and wide, get your feet up high. I understand if you're starting to get tired, you're working hard with very little, very short breaks in between everything. So if you are at the point where you're burned out, congratulations. You are working hard and you're doing a great job. If you feel you can push harder, take these last 10 seconds and just go. Get those feet up, get the knees out, swing those arms, run faster, turn this thing into a full-on sprint. 3, 2, 1, and you're done.
That's it. Whew. You don't walk to the finish line. Sprint to the finish line. Sprint across it. Don't come up short.
And as I said, we're gonna go into a little bit of a stretch, because that's not something we've been doing, but now that we're up to block number 5, I feel that the legs definitely do need a bit of a stretch. So I'm gonna do a figure 4 here, and I'm gonna link one up in the description, whichever corner it's in, so that in the title card, and I'll put it in the description box down below, to link to my figure 4 stretches. This is a fantastic one for the legs, and it gets all kinds of things going. I'm gonna turn that off. There we go, great timer, ding ding, and we're done. That was the end of this workout today, day 17. If you've been following along, I'm gonna have a count at the end as to how many push-ups I did, how many seconds of each of the moves totaled up, so you can have a little bit of a running count. It's a little bit like that 12 days of Christmas. If you've ever counted all of the items, it really does add up. So I hope you are following along. I have that bell turned on so you get notified whenever a new video is posted, which I'm doing every day until Christmas. So that's it for today. Smile and sweat.